Chariots. Welcome to my channel. My name is Hope. This is Chariot Soul Tarot, and I have another pick a card reading for you today. Today's reading is, what does your person love about you? What is it that they find attractive? All right. So we'll be getting into everything: tarot cards, oracle cards, charms, messages from your person, and we'll see what comes through for you today. Okay. Before we get started, just to let you know, if you are looking for a personal reading, you can just check out the description box below. I will have my email address, and you can send me an email and I will give you the instructions on what you need to do for having a one-on-one experience. All right. And for those of you that are new, welcome to my channel. I hope you like what you see. And those that are returning, you know, I always appreciate having you here with me. Thank you for always being here and showing up, showing your continued support. All right, so let's take a look at the three piles that we have for you today, coming from the Universal Love Oracle deck. Right, pile one, this card here is Sacred Union. So this will be your reading. Pile two, you have this card here. It is the Guardian. And pile three, you have the card of Transmutation. All right. So do what you need to do to pick your pile. If you're drawn to more than one, that's perfectly fine. That means that there's messages in the other piles that you may need to hear. And if you are not resonating with me today, if you're not connecting with my energy, if what I'm saying does not match your situation, your story, it's perfectly fine. You can kindly back out and just realize the reading is not meant for you. These are collective readings, so not every reading is going to be in line with your situation, your personal situation. All right? So my chariots, why don't you pick your pile and I will see you at your reading. Hello, pile one. Okay, you were drawn to this card here called Sacred Union. This is going to be your reading today. We're asking Spirit, what is it that your person loves about you? What is it that they find so attractive? That's what we're going to look into today and see what kind of answers we get. But before we do that, let's just take that moment to focus and just put ourselves in a quiet moment at this time. So pile one, I'm asking you to take in a deep breath. And just be still for a moment. Quiet your mind. Sit in the silence and go within. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this time. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. And my intuition is highly accurate and clear. So pile one, you were drawn to this card, very beautiful. You know, we have all the blues and the purples that are mixed coming through. And what I'm feeling about this, you know, especially when we ask that question, you know, what is it that your person's most attractive to? I feel it's the energy of you. Okay, it is this energetic connection that feels like this sacred union. You know, there is this energy that the two of you pick up on that feels very intense. Okay, and I feel that it's something very when we're looking at the colors of blue and this indigo color, we are talking about our third eye chakra, and we're also talking about our throat chakra. It's that energy and that feeling of being able to speak your truth, and then knowing at the same time, because that third eye, what we're talking about here, is being able to go beyond our five senses. It is being able to pick up and recognize that there is something here that feels expansive. It feels grander, it feels greater than just, say, a physical connection here on this earth. All right. So we're talking about sacred union in the sense that I feel that there's some sort of either deja vu or some sort of connection where you feel that this is at home and your person feels that, and it is very attractive to them. It's very beautiful to them. And when we're talking about that throat chakra, it may be because the energy that the two of you feel allows you to want to be able to speak that truth to each other, and that you feel comfortable doing so. Okay, so that's what's coming through from the first card. Now let's take a look. Let's see. Let's start with the Power of Love Oracle cards and see what comes through here before we get into tarot. Grab some ashes here. Hold on. All right, let's get one more. All right. Unity, individuality, and commitment. Okay, very, very interesting, because I feel, the sacred union is what beams when it comes to your person and what it is that they love. There's a unity that they feel here. And what's interesting is that even though you're both individuals, okay, there's this oneness, it's almost like this, intertwined with one another. Okay, that makes you feel committed to one another. And I think what's important is in this aspect, we're talking about what goes on and exists beyond just here on Earth. There's something here in this connection where there is that feeling of, this is beyond planes, this is beyond levels. And because of that, it's this grander feeling, and it's also a more peaceful feeling, right? It's not intense because you feel like things didn't work out here in this lifetime, here in this environment. There's a more peaceful feeling that's flowing between the two of you. We have the card of commitment. You dedicate yourself to beliefs wholeheartedly, knowing that love is the essence of your very being. And I do feel that there is a commitment there that both of you feel, in the sense that, yes, there is this connection, this sacred connection that exists between the two of you that is hard to explain. okay, when it comes to the terms that we as humans use on a daily basis. Okay, it's something that feels much more beyond that. All right. The individuality. You leave your unique stamp on love on everything you do. So again, there's also this sense that this person feels that you're very unique. Okay. And it's almost like you fit that piece of the puzzle when it comes to the two of you, bringing this unity together. You understand that the love shared with another is amplified and has a ripple effect across the universe. And I feel that what is important about when you reach this regarding someone, it is this burst of energy, it's this burst of love where it is this feeling that brings you such peace that you do not wish any type of hurt or hatred or anger, okay, when it comes to anyone that you're in contact with, because it is this feeling that makes you feel so alive, that love is that recognition that love is the answer, and it's just like this burst of joy that I'm feeling from this card right here with this light that beams. All right, so let's take a look at tarot now and see what comes through for you. The Spirit, we're asking about pile one's person. What is it that they love about pile one? What is it that they find most attractive? Okay. Let's take a look. The Nine of Cups. The Page of Pentacles. And the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so this is beautiful. I mean, first of all, we could talk about this Wheel of Fortune over here, where I feel, they very much recognize the fate and the destiny that's involved when it comes to this connection, and how unique it truly is. Okay, there's something here about that word unique that comes through when we're talking about you, and when we're talking about how you are connected to your person. One of the other things that I'm feeling is when it comes to what it is that they love about you, it's the fact that you take care of yourself. All right. So pile one, they love the fact that you're always not worried, that you're always looking to improve yourself by growth. Okay, we're talking about the Nine of Cups here, and that is about emotional fulfillment within oneself before reaching that 10th cup of emotional completion, happily ever after when it comes to our emotions. And they love the fact that you put time into yourself. With this Page of Pentacles here, what that shows me is that this pentacle that sits here with this page, is all about growth. It's all about creating something new. Okay, in this here and now. So meaning that you haven't forgotten yourself in this present moment. And because of that, it's something that your person really admires, okay, when it comes to you. they see this connection as an isolated sort of opportunity. Again, really pointing out the fact that this connection was meant to be. You touched each other's lives in some way, and it's very possible that you have been part of that soul tribe where you connect with this person in other lives as well. Okay. And that's why you have that feeling of, believing that this person is part of your soul family, because I feel like they've traveled with you through different lives. So that's what creates that homey feeling of, recognizing someone and feeling like you've known them uh, from somewhere else. Let's see what else we can get. So we have the Page of Wands. We have the Five of Pentacles. And we have the Emperor. What I'm feeling is something that they love about you, pile one, is when you do have, things that come across your path, across your journey that can be tough. You don't sit in a corner and have that feeling where you feel sorry for yourself. There's a very strong sense that what comes through regarding your person is that you are a leader when you need to be. With this Emperor here, this Emperor power is Aries energy, okay? And that Aries energy is all about leadership, and it's about being able to step up and take hold of authority when you need to, especially when times are tough and you feel that there's that feeling where you feel left out in some way. What I'm feeling and what I'm hearing is that you don't sit in that corner feeling down or feeling like you've been left behind. The Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands just both again shows me that you're always willing to try new things, okay? With the Pentacles being here and the Wands, we're talking about earth energy and we're talking about fire energy. You can be a very earthy, right? And you may be that person that likes to experience the outdoors and nature, which is something that your person appreciates. So therefore, you're not afraid to get into a kayak, or you're not afraid to put on a pair of hiking shoes and hike through a terrain, okay, or a trail. What I'm also feeling is that there is this sense of, wanting to feel inspired, okay? You like to do things that are passionate to you and that fill that energy of contentment with your soul, okay? So you're very creative in this aspect. You like, I feel, with this wand energy, that feeling of adventure. Okay, you like that burst of feeling and excitement when we're talking about experiencing adventure. Let's see, let me get three more. Look at that. And there's the Six of Cups, which is identical to the energy that I'm feeling from the Sacred Union card. You know, it's that soulmate energy. It's that feeling of warmth, that feeling of being home. There's just a sense of nostalgia that your person feels when they are in the presence of your energy, okay? In your energy. And I want to make that, I want to point that out that it's not just your physical sensation that your person feels connected with, okay? There is something that's sacred here when it comes to the two of you and how you connect. And you two may even be, you know, when you're not even near each other, there's still that energy of how you feel close to one another. Again, that sense of you're from the same tribe, okay, where you feel that contentment with this person. It's an experience that, you may not feel with everyone else that you've come into contact with, and your person feels that same way. Look at that. The Lover's card is here too, showing me the intensity, right? This is Gemini energy now. The intensity of this connection. And there's that beautiful angel that's here watching over, showing me, almost confirming for me the sacredness of what's being felt here. I may get one more. And we have the Seven of Cups. I do feel that your person spends a lot of free time thinking about you and fantasizing with you. All right. There's a lot of dreaming that goes on here with your person. Okay, I feel like they dream about you in different ways. And I do feel like there's that sense of passion, that spark with the Lover's card here. So they may be fantasizing with you when we're speaking of being with you physically, that sexual connection. But there's also more than that. I feel like the Seven of Cups represents, many different things, different options, okay? And in this case, I feel like there's different types of scenarios that your person thinks about when it comes to you. The overall energy here is Libra, which is the Justice card. So what I'm feeling overall from your person is what they love about you is this sense of peace and harmony that they get, okay, when it comes to you. When they connect with you, they feel at peace. They feel at ease. There's no ill contention. I don't feel like this is a connection where there's arguments constantly. There's a genuine, if I can speak, genuine appreciation for the feelings that the two of you have for one another. And it's a very beautiful energy that's coming through. All right. Let's get some messages from your person. So I'm going to do heart-to-heart messages from the Crystal Moon Oracle. Let's see, pile one's person messages. What messages do they have? I wish I could be there for you. And I feel that that's coming in as a physical statement. So it could be that there's something here that's maybe long distance, the two of you, because we do have the Five of Pentacles. That can also be about missing someone. It's a physical need. So it could be that the two of you aren't, near each other. Look at this. I love you so much. And with the Sacred Union, the Six of Cups and the Lover's card, I mean, how can you not feel that energy? Trust me, I'm not the same as I was before. Let me get one more. I want to talk to you, but I don't know what to say. So that could be in regards to the situation that the two of you are going through. I just want to love you the way you deserve to be is on the bottom of the deck. All right. So how about some tea leaf fortune cards here? We'll see if anything comes through. We're asking spirits about what pile one's person loves or finds most attractive about pile one. See if any of these can relate. All right. So I picked 4 of those. The caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Look, we have the unicorn. Use your intuition to make beneficial changes. And I feel that the unicorn is here because unicorns are unique. And there's, again, a very strong, precious feeling coming through about the uniqueness of you and this connection. And I do feel, with this caterpillar over here, when we're talking about things will not always be this way. And it's because I do feel that there is something better, there's something grander beyond what we're experiencing in this lifetime. Vine. Seek out information that will help you. It could be very possible that you or your person are trying to seek out information about the other. And then look, we have the eagle here. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. And again, there's this feeling that comes through from whoever I'm connecting with, that despite troubles that you may have, despite the obstacles or adversities that the two of you have to overcome, there's still this beautiful connection that exists between the two of you. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read from this universal love card here as the final reading, but let me get some charms. We're going to close out with some charms, and then I will read for the guidance from the universal love oracle. So right now, pile one, if you're looking for a connection of, if you're looking for that confirmation, I should say, think of a sign right now, or if you want something come through, just ask spirit while I'm mixing up these charms here. We'll see what comes through. So what do we have? We have the letter S, we have the letter D, and we have the letter R. We also have the letter X. A lot of zodiacs too. So we have, look at that, we have Libra energy, which is what we ended with, right? And we're talking about charming. So I feel like your person may feel you're very charming. We have Virgo here, which is practical. All right, we did see that Page of Pentacles, which shows that earth energy. We have the Gemini energy coming through, just like the lovers that we already talked about. And Geminis, because that's air energy, they do represent intelligence. And then look at this. We have beautiful Cancer here. And they have the imaginative energy. The Seven of Cups came through. That's that energy of dreaming. We have a crescent moon here with a crown on it and wings. Again, a very spiritual, whimsical feeling that I'm getting from that. We have the dolphin, so it's possible that the two of you also have a playful nature with one another. And look at this, I feel like it's the arrow of Cupid's arrow, and it's kind of like that love-struck feeling, like right to you. And here we have a symbol of just a circle. And with the circle, I think of the wheel fortune, which did come through. And it's that wheel, right? That karmic wheel that turns when it needs to, but we never know when, and we don't know what the outcome is. I feel that that wheel, is representing that fate and destiny when it comes to the both of you. And then lastly, we have the flamingo here, which is all about balance. The flamingo is standing on one foot. All right, so those are your charms for today. Let's close out with the Sacred Union. I'm going to read from the book. All right. A touch, word, or glance reveals your beloved. A current friendship may blossom into something more. An everyday connection transforms into a physical and or spiritual relationship. With the blessing of the divine, love becomes all-embracing. This is your season of love, a time for romance and happiness. Honor yourself and all your relationships by celebrating their divinity. Raise up and care for your friendships, unions, and partnerships as your most precious treasures. You are a beautiful soul. Look within you, and you will see it. There is a pearl in your heart. Close your eyes and feel it. Within each other, you discover love's infinite spiritual realm. In union with the divine, you can come to know the greatest love of all. And that is beautiful, pile one. All right, so I'm going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile two. Okay, you were drawn to the card here of the Guardian from Universal Love Oracle deck. Today's reading is, what does your person find most attractive about you? What is it that they love? So we're going to get into all that for today's reading. Before we get started, though, let's just take that moment to sit in some quietness, some peace. All right, so pile two, if you can take in a deep breath for me at this time. And just go within. Sit in that quietness, that stillness. I am looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can bring you the messages that you need to hear most at this moment. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power, and I am a divine being. So pile two, as we look at this card here of the Guardian, first thing that I'm feeling in regards to what is it that your person loves about you, there's something here in the fact that they feel you have looked out for them in some way. You have, there's this feeling here like you've tried to watch over them, and however that means or however that resonates to you. I feel that you have been this shining star that's right here for your person, all right? You're sort of this bolus of light and love, and we do have the beautiful angel wings that are here showing me that spirit is with you with this connection. But what I'm feeling is, despite any type of circumstance that's going on here on earth, this connection that your person feels with you is a sense of ease. Okay? They feel that there's a sense of ease when it comes from you because they know that you mean well, and they feel like, there's this trust here within you, and that is very attractive to them. They sense there's this feeling that they can count on you. And again, it's almost like, are you this angel that's showing up for them in this world, in this 3D material world, in this here and the now, to help them in a way that nobody else has been able to help them. All right. So that's something that they see, and that's something that attracts them, pile two, to your light. Now I'm shuffling tarot, but I don't want to start with tarot. That's right. I want to do some power of love cards first. So let me just put this off to the side. And let's take a look here. I want to see what else comes through in regards to what it is that your person loves about you, what it is that they find so attractive. Let's get one more. Gratitude. Transformation. Wow. And ownership. So, there is this sense of being thankful, this sense of being grateful for you being in your person's life pile too. I feel like, somehow you are guiding them and helping them transform and take responsibility for some of their actions that they've had to take, again, that ownership of here in this material world, in this present moment. And it's because of that, I feel like their soul is forever grateful to you. Gratitude. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents you. So I feel again that your connection in some way has helped this person tremendously. Transformation. You use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness, right? And that's what I'm sensing, that your person, before they met you, pile two, they may not have been aware of certain things or certain behaviors within them. Okay. And this ownership card here, you acknowledge your misdeeds and accomplishments alike and learn to love them as all lessons. And that's what I'm feeling here. This is what the journey is, and this is what they're so grateful for when it comes to you, pile two. That some of these misdeeds, okay, along the way, feeling very ashamed about them, and you being there to help them through this and see this light that we are who we are, and as long as we are learning from our lessons, okay, and taking that responsibility, stepping up, and taking ownership of that, it really does help us to become more aware as we shift, right? As we shift through and become a better person than we once were. And this continues with us, especially when we're talking about this transformation of our souls, okay, not of our human bodies, but who we are, who our soul, I should say, is. And as we move forward, uh, those lessons that we're learning, we take all of this with us. What I'm feeling here is that your person's very grateful that you are able to help them in this lifetime, all right, and you are able to help them transform so that they can become more aware and learn from some of these misdeeds so that they don't have to repeat them again, okay, in the next lifetime. So let's take a look here and see from tarot what we can learn. What is it that Pile Two's person loves about them? What is it that they find so attractive? So we have the Ten of Pentacles. So what I'm hearing, what I'm connecting with right now, what I'm feeling is that your person loves that there's a sense that you put family first, Pile Two. That you put family first. There's this King of Cups, this Scorpio energy coming through. Let me get one more. And okay, so then we have the Ten of Wands here. Despite the burdens, what I'm feeling, despite the burden that your person carries, okay, it's interesting. There's two tens here, so 1010 may be a number that you're looking for. What I'm looking actually at this Ten of Wands, and what I'm feeling that's coming through is that, your love runs deep. And it's very interesting because I feel, again, this is where the gratitude is coming from as far as what your person is thankful for, that your love runs deep despite, despite this Ten of Wands that's here. I feel that you, Pile Two, can be very hard on yourself. You carry the weight of the world on your shoulder, and you can be your own worst critic when it comes to this this King of Cups, this Scorpio energy can be very intense. All right. And what I'm feeling is you cry. There's this gentle soul that comes out for this person when it comes to their mistakes, and yet you're very tough on your own self. And I feel that there's this appreciation that your person has um, for that love, because what they sense, your person, Pile Two, is that how deep your love runs. It's not just something that's surface level, is what I'm trying to say. And when things get tough, like family, there's something here that's coming through about family. So I don't know if there's a struggle with family issues when it comes to you. Pile Two, I feel like it can also be coming through for your person with this Ten of Pentacles and Ten of Wands. Like there's a lot of responsibility here, I feel, that may be on your plate, Pile Two, in some way. This King of Cups can sometimes represent a father-like figure, So what I'm feeling that's coming from your person is that you're caring for them in a way almost like that father-like figure. You're trying to help them in a situation that's been very hard on your person. And they see that and they're very grateful for that. It's almost as if your person knows that they can lean on you in times of trouble. That's what I'm hearing. And here's another 10. Tens are very coming through here very strongly. And the tens are all about the completion of a cycle. And we have the Queen of Wands. And the Knight of Wands. So pile two, with the Queen of Wands right here staring at me, there is definitely a strong physical or sexual attraction that occurs between the two of you. And we have the Knight of Wands right here. You see all this wand energy. I feel like it could be very hot and heavy at times between you and your person. And then on top of that, we have the King of Cups, and again that Scorpio energy, very, mysterious, intense. Sometimes it's the Scorpio energy that's so intense. Others have trouble, okay, maintaining that level of intensity. It can be too much for other zodiac signs, and yet the Queen of Wands is here, and this is Aries energy. There's a sense of, your person finds you to be very attractive, very sensual, okay, very sexual in some ways. And yet there's a strong feeling that comes through pile two where, again, I feel like you're trying to rescue this person in some way, like there's this knight that's swooping in, and yet at the same time, well, there's just this feeling that you want to save this person. And I feel what's difficult is that your person recognizes that, they're aware of it, they admire that, but then at the same time, the situation that your person is in is only going to be overcome by them, right? They have to learn and acknowledge their misdeeds. They have to recognize them as accomplishments, that it's all part of this journey and the life here, so that they can transform, and have that beautiful rebirth. And I feel like pile two, there's a huge energy that comes through where they're very grateful again and appreciative for you sort of being that rock for them in times where they feel like they can't go on or it's so difficult. So there is a strong sensation coming through here with the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups of this family-like presence. You know, maybe some of this Ten of Wands energy, this feeling so heavy, could be because this person does have a family, and there's been a lot that's going on with them, okay, and the family that surrounds them. So look at that. I mean, there's strong Scorpio energy coming through here. We have death. Let me put this up here so you can see it. We have the death card. The death card represents transformation. All right. So you are helping this person to transform. And they know that. Look at this. Okay, so here's the Nine of Swords. And let me get one more. The Hermit. And on the bottom of the deck. So the Three of Swords, you see the Nine of Swords is here, the Three of Swords. I feel like you've really been there for this person who has been through a lot of heartache. Okay, and they reflect on that. We have Hermit here, which is Virgo energy. But that's all about going within, following this light. You're helping this person to transform from something that has caused them a lot of pain, hardship in some way. And that is one of the things that they cherish most, okay, about you, pile two. They recognize that you've been completely there for them. So let's get some messages from your person. Definitely the guardian is here, shining light in times of darkness. I feel like that's the big recognition here. And if you feel that your person isn't appreciating that, then I feel like this is on a higher conscience pile too, a higher level, that there's an awareness that you may not see. And yet that message is coming through strongly here. We both know I am not the one for you. So I feel the conflict that exists between the two of you. Finding out the truth crushed me. I wish I could take back my words. I know I messed up everything. So, there could be, your person is, from what I'm feeling, is they're feeling this heartache. Um, Perhaps in this time of messiness with your person, right? They were not the nicest person, okay? And maybe that's why I just got done saying that maybe you're not, you feel that you don't see that. But through the messages that are coming through here and through the big picture of this reading, what I'm feeling is their heartache that they have because they recognize what a angel that you've been to them, again, in times of darkness that this person is facing and having to fear, you have been there for them in some way. And yet, during this turbulence, which I feel that there was, especially with some Ten of Wands energy here and the Three of Swords, your person may not have been the nicest. All right. They're wishing that they could take back words. They feel like they've messed up everything. There's conflict here about the two of you being together. I feel like there's, they've withheld how they truly feel in this moment. And yet I feel there's a big message that comes through for you specifically. Spirit wants you to know, Pile, too, that you were that key light for this person, which is helping them to transform. Okay. Now let's get out some tea. Let's see. I'm going to do the tea fortune cards and see what else comes out. This one dropped. I'll get one more. Right. The key, successful outcome to your problems. I feel like you were that key for your person. You are that key for them. Bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Having you in their life, they realize, okay, again, this gratefulness, this abundance that has been given to them. And basket, same thing, recognition, reward for merit. They're recognizing the importance of you in their life. Room, ooh, new home, new attitude. And I feel like, this room is like that sign, almost like clearing out, cleansing, cleaning out the clutter. You may, through this whole process, Pile 2, have helped this person to cleanse themselves or to clear out some of the baggage or the clutter that they've been holding on to, okay, during this difficult process. So let's get some charms, and then I'm going to close out by reading from the book. the advice in regards to the guardian. But if you're looking for any signs right now, think of something specific if you're looking for. Okay. All right. So what I can see is the beach. The beach might be a symbol for the two of you. All right. Um, Look at this. We have the beautiful butterfly, and butterfly is all about transformation, which, um, we already have the death card that's here. And then the key word from Power of Love is transformation. Huge transformation, that you're part of. We have Libra here. We have W, and we have M, right? And we have the letter I. Okay. Look at this. We have the mountain here, which is showing me that there's obstacles, that there's adversities that your person has to work through. Look at this. We have a seahorse. All right. We have a crescent moon. We have a cat. Now, cats represent intuition. We have the male symbol here. We have a guitar, which represents music in some way, right? You have the heart here. It's just showing me that there is love despite, look at this, I feel like these are steps, the steps that need to be climbed, sort of like the same thing in representing that mountain. And then here we have the rabbit. It reminds me of Alice in Wonderland, the rabbit there. So here are your charms for today. See if any of those resonate with you. Let me close out by reading from the universal love about the guardian. Hmm. The guardian. So at times you feel lonely, even amidst company. The reality is that you are never alone, for you are loved more than you can possibly imagine. An angel is close to you at present, and you will feel their presence in the coming days. Watch for synchronicities in the words of a song you hear, a falling leaf, or a feather, or a butterfly fluttering by. These are all signs from your angel who is here to guide and illuminate your path. The way is made clear, for you are always on the right path, and your angel will always protect you. There is no right or wrong path. Ultimately, all paths lead to the great ocean of love inside your hearts. Oh, and that's beautiful. And I love how, we talked about the butterfly that's here and the transformation that's coming through that you're experiencing from this whole situation as well, pile two. All right, so I am going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile three. All right, you were drawn to the card here of transmutation. And this is going to be your reading today, which we're asking, what is it that your person loves about you the most, or what is it that they find so attractive about you? We will get into tarot, oracle cards, and even do some charms at the end. All right. But before we get started, let's just take that moment to quiet our minds and go within. So pile three, if you can take in a deep breath. And just be still. I'm looking for my intuition to connect with yours so that I can give you the messages that you need to hear most today. So I want you to say to yourself in your mind, I am connected to my higher inner power. And I trust that my highest good is unfolding. So, pile three, what I'm feeling from this card of transmutation, there's something that your person realizes in the fact that their view has changed about something. So, whatever, there's some certain way that your person thought, um, or maybe they had, a decision, a certain belief, and after meeting you, it's almost as if that vision has changed or their thought pattern has changed for them in some way. Okay, and there has been this shift within them, and it's because of you. All right, we see the flames here. I also feel that your person finds you. This is a very voluptuous picture of this woman. I feel that your person finds you very physically attractive. Um, I'm even sensing that they stare at your picture a lot in some way. Okay, if possible, or if you two see each other often physically, face to face. They're just extremely drawn. Something about the way you look, the way you dress, there's something that physically turns them on here. It causes a lot of sparks, okay, from what I'm feeling. And there's something interesting about this picture as well. Your person, I don't want to say they have you up on a pedestal, but it almost looks like that with this woman here. She almost has that figure of the cross, like the Catholic cross. I feel like there was some sort of sacrifice that had to occur here almost. Excuse me. Either um, your person sacrificed something in some way, or something was sacrificed, but they feel a tremendous amount of um, respect. There's this beauty that lies within you, okay, inside and out is what I'm feeling. So let's see what tarot has to say, but before, I'm going to get my tarot cards here, but I also like to I want to start with the power of love, just to see what else it is that your person loves about you, what it is that they're attracted about. I'm very drawn to the orangish color, the reddish color in this card. We're talking about the lower chakras, the root chakra, the sacral chakra. Again, I feel that there's a strong sexual connection that exists here. But there's something about the root chakra too, where I feel that your person, one of the things they love is they felt safe with you. It's as if um, they've allowed, they've showed, how can I say this? Uh, you've seen the real them is what I'm feeling, what's coming through. And I can feel the vulnerability in some way because of this picture, like it was a vulnerable moment. Uh, Cooperation, self-love. and joy. So, there's this feeling, pile three, that your person really, they feel a joy from you. There's a sense of happiness that comes from you, right? That envelops them as well. I do feel that as part of this transmutation, you have helped them to initiate that self-love on themselves that perhaps they haven't done before, or perhaps they've had a harder time in connecting with that appreciation of who they are. There's something about authenticity that's coming through here. Like if there's been self-doubts or they're uncertain, they felt they felt that certainty with you. Okay. Um, and then we have the card here of cooperation, and I feel that there was something that I'm feeling is that they felt that you were very flexible or very understanding, or willing to compromise in some way. When we take a look at the joy card, you delight in the love of life and bring a spirit of fun to all that you do. So there's some sort of fun, there's some sort of enjoyment here that your person feels with you. And the self-love, you realize that love of self is necessary to love another. And I feel like that's what your person has learned from you. Like they've taken some sort of value when it comes to their self-love, their self-acknowledgement, their self-worth. Okay. And now they're loving themselves where perhaps they weren't in the past. And cooperation. In your quest to manifest the energy of love, you realize that every person's and experience has value. And that's a big thing. I feel like your person recognized how much you see in them, the value that you have on your person, where that was the struggle because they may not have had that value, that feeling, where that might have been that wake up call for them, having you see them in a totally different light than what they're used to seeing in themselves. Okay, so let's take a look now at tarot and see what else comes through. Ooh, and then we have a 5 of Cups that flipped over. Okay, let's take a look. So we have the Page of Cups. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the 8 of Cups. So what I'm feeling is, first of all, your person loved, with this Page of Cups here, they loved how you were so open and willing to hand over your cup of love to them. And that's something that they acknowledge. The Page of Cups is that beautiful innocence of imagination and dreams and making them possible, making them come true, and not being afraid to sort of take that chance. The Page of Cups is a very beautiful young energy, and what I'm feeling is that your person very much just felt how easy it was for you to hand this cup of love to them, where I feel like for them perhaps it's something that they struggled with. The same as I mentioned here, this Nine of Pentacles. This is pre-Empress energy. Your person finds you very attractive. All right. Uh, when it comes to that physical connection, that chemistry, your person sees you as the one. But there's something also here that they enjoy about you when it comes to your sense of freedom and your independence, and how it is that you care for yourself, and how it is that you look at life, and how you're enjoying sort of like where you are right now, enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's something, there's something very freeing here that your person sees. I feel that your person sort of has it trapped. There's an entrapment here with this Eight of Swords. There's this feeling where they feel stuck in the sense that they're questioning whether or not, they'll be able to find this joy and happiness with someone else other than you. Now, and that entrapment, that struggleness can explain this self-love that we're talking about, right? Because in order to be able to express love to another person, you have to be able to have that love within yourself, which I do feel is what, is the transmutation here when it comes to your person. How they're looking at things differently now since they've met you. Something has very much changed for them. And we have justice here. There's something coming through that feels that balance. We have Libra energy. This is about peace and harmony. You always see the scales here. But there's something coming through here about your person feeling that they try to look at things in a more fair and just way, perhaps, than what they once did. One of the things that they also love about you is how you always gave it to them pretty straight up. You were pretty straight up when you look at this sword, how straight it is. You kind of told them how it was, right? You didn't beat around the bush. And that's something that they admired. And we have the Ten of Swords here. There's a struggle with your person in regards to joy, the way the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords are here. I feel that your person has been cycling through some karmic cycles where they haven't learned those lessons yet. And I do feel with this transmutation, you are part of one of those lessons that you're helping them to learn now, so that they can complete this cycle and that they could move on. Yeah, your person is stuck in a sense of frustration, and I feel there's something here where they admire you, pile three, because again, I feel like at least the feelings that are coming through from them is that you're living your best life, and there is a bit of a frustration here and sadness that they're not able to experience this joy in their life because they're not with you. And the Page of Swords is on the bottom of this deck at this moment, which is telling me I feel like they could be watching you in some way. They can be spying. I feel like you have helped this person in some way to realize that, they have to take the reins. Nobody can make them happy but themselves. All right. And that's the lesson that they're sort of learning right now. And they're frustrated because they want to reap rewards now, they want rewards now before they've even completed the tasks that need to be done, which gives them that sense of frustration. So they feel very beaten down. You have the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. You're someone in their heart that they don't want to let go. Pile 3. The Nine of Cups is here. I feel like you are, in their mind, there's a realization here that you are their wish fulfillment. All right, with this Four of Pentacles. And then I'm looking here, this Ace of Wands is coming through right now as a very phallic symbol. There's this feeling coming through that they really want to create with you. They're looking to explore this avenue. So I'm feeling almost that you and your person, for some of you, you may have not been physically intimate yet. And it's showing me there's this passion and this drive that your person can hardly wait for that, you know. With this Nine of Pentacle energy here in the center of the reading, it kind of explains why I said earlier that they may have you on some sort of pedestal in some way, just because there's this energy that I'm feeling where they feel that you're higher than them on some level, and I do feel that that's what the struggle has been here. If there has been a struggle when it comes to you and this person, um, because their lessons that they're dealing with in this lifetime have to do with the how they feel inadequate. And even though that has nothing to do with you and the way you treat them, the feelings that they have for you, it's almost as if, if they're comparing themselves. And again, they see you sort of on this higher level than they are. And it's taken a while for them to sort of turn this situation around and realize that it has, again, nothing to do with you. It's the self-love that they need to impose on themselves, okay, in order to release some of the negative experiences that they're carrying with them. But they very much see you, pile 3, as a wish fulfillment. They're not willing to give you up in some way. There's something that they hold on here very close to their heart. All right, so let's see. What else? How about messages? Messages from your person. Let's do my deck here, Chariot Soul Messages. Oh, that one's coming over, or I should say popping out. So can we talk? So we have, can we talk? I know when you are thinking about me. You know me so well, right? And then there's telepathy. Our minds are connected. So they feel this strong telepathic connection with you. All right, what's on the bottom of the deck? I have done much soul searching. Okay, so I feel that this person has done a lot of soul searching, and again, they put you on that pedestal because of the impact that you've had on their life, right? There's something here that they have changed. They've changed their views, they've changed their beliefs in some way, and that is because of the two of you colliding and connecting with one another. So let's take a look at the tea leaf fortune oracle cards and see what comes through. Any of these stand out? Okay. And I want to pull this one from the top only because it's purple and I'm feeling the need to pull it. Okay, so what do we have here? So we have yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Isn't that interesting? Because the Eight of Swords is here. With the Seven of Pentacles, I do feel like energies are coming through about your person feeling frustrated at this moment in time. Ooh, the Skull. Hidden secrets can harm you. Chair, empty. Someone is leaving your life. Firecracker, excitement. What's this one? The month of November. So the month of November may be important to some of you. What I'm feeling, this person may not be in your life right now, pile three. And I feel that there's, with its skull here, this person carries feelings for you that you may be unaware of at this point. Okay. Some of that can, be coming through as harmful because it's almost as if this person is bottling everything up inside to the point that where I feel here with this firecracker, like something's going to give sooner or later. Almost like this firecracker, this explosion, almost this tower moment, which something's got to give, put it that way, because I feel that there's an awful lot that this person, your person, pile three, carries within them that you don't know about. All right. So let's get some charms, and then I'll read from the Universal Love. So if you want to think, if you're looking for a symbol or a sign right now in regard to your person, let's see what comes through. Oh, look, this just came out of nowhere. Wow, number 0. Let me see. All right. So what do we have here? We have 0. What's this? 2 zeros. Interesting. And we have the letter S. And look, we have a planet. We have the planet here. We have Virgo, which represents being practical. Taurus, trustworthy. So they may feel that you are very trustworthy. Maybe you hold secrets for them. Almost like it's like this little bag here. Like I feel like this bag almost has secrets inside. Maybe some of uh, your person's secrets. You carry some sort of secrets for them, and because of that, they find that you're very trustworthy. We also have Cancer coming through here. This is all about imaginative, that Page of Cups. Look, we have a white star here that's coming through. Actually, this almost looks like more like the firecracker, doesn't it? It's like an abnormal star, but it's almost like that burst of excitement. We have the Catholic cross coming out here. Oh wow, isn't this interesting? Look, see how I was comparing before? It's representing sacrifice to me in some way. Maybe one of you, like I said, had to sacrifice. Oh, and this is about a dog. Like this is a dog print on the back. It says, "Love my dog." So that may be for a sign for you, but that could mean also representing some sort of loyalty that exists between you and your person. So let's read about transmutation. Let's see. You are undergoing a deep spiritual change. Creative and healing energies surround you. Old habits and thought patterns are being transformed at a deep inner level. You will soon experience a renewed sense of well-being and creativity that will have a lasting and positive impact on your life. Listen to beautiful music and meditate, for this all will quicken and smooth the process. Imagine yourself bathed in golden light. Now look with the golden light and see a beautiful violet flame burning. Imagine the thought patterns that no longer serve you entering this flame and being transformed into supportive, insightful beliefs. Bless the past, the changes now taking place, and your glowing future. All right, pile 3. So I am going to leave the reading here. I hope it resonated with you in some way. You can let me know in the comments below, and I will see you again at the next reading. Bye.